You know, it's the most familiar force in the universe. It's the silent architect of galaxies, and it's the anchor of our own existence. We live every moment of our lives bathed in its influence. And yet, gravity remains the single greatest unsolved mystery in all of physics. What we think we know, well, it's merely a shadow of the truth.
So let's ask the simplest question. What is gravity? For centuries, the answer seemed pretty straightforward. It was a pull, right? An invisible rope tethering objects to one another. That was Newton's universe. But then in the 20th century, one man came along and completely shattered that picture, revealing a reality far, far stranger than anyone had ever imagined.
And this is really where our understanding splits right down the middle. On one side, you've got Newton's idea, gravity is this mysterious force that acts across empty space. But on the other side is Einstein's universe, where gravity is something so much more profound. It's not a force in the universe, it is the shape of the universe itself.
You see, what Einstein did wasn't just an update. It was a complete demolition of the old ideas. He came up with a totally new architecture for the cosmos. And to even begin to understand it, we first have to talk about the very fabric of existence.
And that fabric is called space-time. In Einstein's view, space and time aren't separate things. They're not absolute. They are completely linked, woven together into this single, four-dimensional fabric. Every event, every object, every single moment of your life, it's all plotted out on this cosmic tapestry.
So how does this create what we feel is gravity? Well, massive objects like stars and planets tell space-time how to curve. Imagine you place a heavy bowling ball on a trampoline. It creates a deep dent in the fabric, right? That's what our sun is doing to space-time. It's not pulling the Earth, it's creating a deep curve, a gravitational well, that tells the Earth how to move.
And this, right here, is the core of Einstein's genius. A planet orbiting the sun isn't being pulled. It's actually just traveling in a straight line, but through a universe that is curved. What we perceive as the force of gravity is simply us moving through the geometry of the cosmos. The cause isn't a pull, it's the shape of reality itself.
But okay, hold on, because the implications get even weirder. If space can be warped, and space and time are inseparable, then time itself can be warped, too. This means that gravity literally slows down the flow of time. The stronger the gravity, the slower time passes. Just think about the most extreme example, a black hole. Near its event horizon, space-time is warped almost infinitely. Time slows to a near standstill. So an astronaut could orbit for just a few hours, and when they return to Earth, centuries, maybe millennia could have passed. Your entire life, everyone you knew, all of human history, could just vanish in what feels like an afternoon to you. Gravity is the true master of time.
Einstein's general relativity is this beautiful symphony of cosmic order. It perfectly describes the grand dance of galaxies. But the moment we zoom way, way down into the chaotic, bizarre realm of quantum physics, the symphony just becomes noise. The laws of gravity simply stop working.
You have to understand, all of modern physics really stands on two colossal pillars. You've got general relativity, which is our perfect guide to the universe of the incredibly big, and then you have quantum mechanics, our guide to the strange, probabilistic world of the incredibly small. Both of these theories are unbelievably successful in their own domains, and they are utterly, fundamentally incompatible.
And this is the central crisis of modern physics. When you try to apply the smooth, geometric math of gravity to the jittery, fuzzy world of quantum particles, the mathematics just breaks. The answers it gives you aren't just wrong, they're complete nonsense. The equations literally explode. They spit out infinities, which is math's way of telling you your theory has hit a brick wall.
So the bottom line is, we have no working theory of quantum gravity. Zero. There's no way to bridge the gap between the world of the big and the world of the small. This isn't just some minor detail we're missing. It is the deepest, most profound chasm in all of human knowledge. A theory of everything is impossible until we solve it.
And if you thought the problem was just down at the quantum level, well, the mystery gets bigger, way bigger. Because when we turn our telescopes out to the cosmos, another gravitational puzzle appears. One of ghostly, invisible presences that seem to dominate the entire universe. Because it turns out, the gravity we can account for is just a tiny fraction of the gravity that's really out there.
I mean, just look at this chart. Honestly, this chart is a picture of our cosmic ignorance. That tiny 5% slice, that's normal matter. That's everything we've ever seen or touched. You, me, this planet, the sun, all the stars and all the galaxies. The other 95%, it's made of two things we only know exist because of their gravitational pull, and we have almost no idea what they are.
First up, there's dark matter. See, when we look at galaxies, we see them spinning with such incredible speed that, by all rights, they should have flown apart billions of years ago. But they don't. The only explanation is that there's some vast, unseen mass providing extra gravitational glue, a kind of invisible, ghostly scaffolding holding the entire universe together.
And then there's something even stranger, if you can believe it: dark energy. For most of history, we figured gravity would eventually slow down the expansion of the universe. Well, we were wrong. It turns out the expansion is accelerating. Some mysterious, repulsive force is built into the fabric of space itself, pushing galaxies apart. A kind of cosmic anti-gravity that is actively winning the fight and will decide the ultimate fate of everything.
Okay, so let's just take a step back and really look at what we've got here. We are faced with a force that isn't a force at all, but the geometry of reality. A geometry that warps time itself, that completely fails at the quantum level, and that is overwhelmingly controlled by dark, invisible things we don't understand.
When you put all of that together, you're left with a pretty staggering conclusion. The very force that is keeping you in your seat right now, the thing that feels so simple and fundamental, is built on a foundation of paradoxes. It operates by rules we can't reconcile, and it's governed by a dark universe we can't even see. So the next time you drop your keys, or your phone, just watch it fall for a second. Because you're not witnessing a simple force. You are witnessing the actual curvature of reality itself. You are seeing the echo of that deep quantum paradox, and you are feeling the pull of a dark, invisible cosmos reminding you that in the most ordinary moment, you are connected to the greatest unsolved mystery of them all.